I hope we're all doing well and having a good day. My name is Timisan Ojabo, and I'm here with another live session to get us, learning and becoming better. I hope we're having a good Friday evening. So, welcome and welcome and welcome again. Please invite a friend or two. And yeah, let's continue our series. Today is day 5 of the career transformation insight that we're sharing. We're just giving you tips of the iceberg of what it takes when you join the Isaac Works Academy, our 1 year career transformation program that we usually. Okay. Sorry, just wanted to check the audio and ensure that the audio is fine. The audio is great. Thank you. Please invite your friends and family and everyone you know who needs a career boost today. Just invite them. Okay. So today, let's just jump right into everything we want to discuss. We're going to be talking about something that separates professionals, right? I realized that in the Isaac Works Academy, we have all cadres of careers. Um, People that are just starting out, people that are well advanced, and we have all kinds, right? So I want to ensure that the things that I'm sharing, right, even if you're just 2 years in the workplace, 3 years, you'll be able to apply some of the things that we're talking about because it's not too late. And one of the things I want us to understand is don't wait for there's no perfect time to start to curate what your career should look like. And don't wait for the perfect scenario, right? I noticed that some people, they want certain things perfect before they put themselves out there. But take it as someone that didn't set out on time. What I always advise is please, 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 please start early. Don't wait until you're working with a multinational. Don't wait until different things are happening for you before you put yourself out there. Start right now, right? And so today, what we want to talk about is your career identity. In the um, um, Isaac Walk Academy, we go in depth into your career identity. But today, I just want to share like a little bit of what we do in depth, right? So, what's your career identity? Is it the title on your card? That's if you have a card. Is it what the people in your office know you for? Is it the role you play in meetings? Is it the role you play for your supervisor? What exactly is your career identity? Do you know what that is? Let me tell you a story. I was consulting for a company some time ago. There was this bright, incredible team, great potential, but there was just this gap where contracts were dropping, right? Because some of their competition, they were cutting corners, they were, inflating figures, you know, doing things for the people within the organization to make sure that they get that job. They were also making promises that they couldn't keep. And this company I was consulting for, I would always share and say, like, hey, it's important that, as much as we want this deal, let's stay grounded, right? Let's remember the why. So in one of our meetings, one of the guys that work in this organization, top brilliant guy, he said, "Do you know that?" He just said, "Hey, I wanted to say something." I said, "What?" He said, "Integrity is very expensive in this economy." I laughed. I laughed because I understood what he was saying. If they don't do what this company that they needed business from, if they don't do what the other competitions were doing, right, they will lose. And they actually lost. They didn't because integrity was one of the things, the values that the business owner stood for. So they were not going to, do things to, get the job to them. So why am I saying this? He wasn't wrong to point that out because integrity does cost something. It costs you saying no to the shortcuts, saying you're not going to do what others are doing to get ahead. Sometimes it even means losing money because in this organization, because they couldn't get the contracts that they were expecting, they had to reduce the overhead, right? They had to cut down on the amount of people that they were employing because they didn't have the contracts that they anticipated to have And so it became a situation where they had to let people go. It was a hard process, but they did it. They could reduce the staff strength and they are very lean right now and they're still pushing their best foot forward. Some people look at it and say, oh, when you're in Rome, behave like the Romans, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. They say all these kinds of things, but this is what we want to talk about today. Integrity is not an expense, it's an investment, and the returns are transformational, generational. So, first, let's kick off. What is your career identity? What is your career identity? This is something we need to think about. What are your core values? What are your professional standards? What is your reputation in the space that you are in? Right? I want you to picture a diagram, right? Let's not picture a diagram, let's just go. Some people, right, they think that their success is just in their skills, the strategies, the visibility. And while all those things are fantastic to have, we need to understand that they are not the only thing we need to have, right? You cannot build your career on sand. You need to build it on the rock. You need to build it on foundation that's solid, that can carry you for years and years to come. You need to have this as the ground and basis for all that you do. In today's economy, right, in the today's business world, your career identity is your most valuable asset. That's why you see somebody will say, I remember this man from 20 years ago. I remember this person from 10 years ago. I'm still doing business with them because one day I thought I was giving them 500 naira bills and I was giving them 1,000 naira and they called me back and gave me back my money. And since then, they've been doing business with me. Those little things that we look at and sometimes we think it's not important, it's very important in today's world. Besides your CV, you need to have integrity. You need to be someone that someone can hire and go to bed and sleep. And now I'm going to talk about something, especially we that, or let me not say we, let me say, especially those people or all the people that say they belong to a certain sect of religion or the other. It is important that you back your faith with action, right? That your words are not just words, that you show forth the integrity that your religion professes. It's not about, and now I'm not, please, I'm not trying to say you should be perfect. Again, there are skills, there are ways to do these things, right? And that's why in the academy, we teach these things. We teach you how to build integrity as your value. Now, I'm going to talk about some pillars of for you building your career identity. There are a couple of things you need to know. Honesty is a treasure. You need to be somebody who doesn't go about lying. When you tell your boss that you're going to do this, you do it. When you tell a client you're going to deliver A, it is better that you over deliver than you under deliver or you don't even show up at all. Honesty is important. Represent your skills and experience accurately. Truthful reporting, even when the numbers don't look good. Don't say things to please your boss and then after a while you cannot really back it up. Don't do that because sometimes you never know the day they will call you to say, hey, those figures you called, can you show me the report that shows that they actually happened? Oh, you have 50, you have screenshots on your slides that you racked engagement by 400%, but me and you know that that's not what happened. Transparency in communication to your stakeholder is very, very important. You are working with a startup. You know that the startup is looking for clients. You know they told you to do sales. You reach out to two people. Say it's two people. Don't say you reach out to 400 people and it's two people you reached out to. Honesty can also be in admitting your mistakes and taking responsibility when you fall short. Because again, we're all humans, right? And so we understand that sometimes humans can make mistakes. So please don't over overinflate your accomplishments. I think that's where I'm driving at, right? Second is excellence as a standard, not an exception. We need to ensure that especially in this part of the world, that whatever we bring, we do it with excellence. It's very important because we are sort of setting the pace for the next generation, right? Our parents did it for us. We are taking over and doing it for the next set of the next generation coming after us. So it's important that we set a good precedence for the next set to follow, right? So whether you're preparing this is a presentation, working for your book club, you're working in a small company that's just one person, you're a junior colleague, whatever it is that you are doing, even if you're a founder, CEO, you're a Fortune 500 business owner, you're a Fortune 500 business exec, make sure that everything we do it with excellence, because excellence is a habit. You need to build it. It's not just a one-time thing, like an event, like boom, you're only excellent when it's end of year, and then from January to October, you're not excellent. That's not what we're looking at. And also, especially in this digital age, right? It's important that we are very careful because you never know where your excellence will be showcased. So please put it at the back of your mind that excellence is very important. Another thing is reliability and follow through. Your word should be your bond. When you say you deliver by a day, please do that. Communicate early or over communicate. I used to, have a boss who would tell me you need to communicate clearly. And I do truly appreciate that feedback because it helped me see why insight into what I do is very important for the decisions that that person I was working with at the time. It will help in the decisions they make as the leaders. So please, right? Don't use African time. There's nothing like that. That's bad behavior. We cannot continue to work like that. Let's respect people. That's the next pillar. Treat people, even your security guard, your cleaner, everybody is valuable. Value people's time. Don't keep people waiting for hours. If you know you'll not be there, reschedule quickly because you sort of have an idea. And when you don't know, over communicate, send voice notes. Don't say, oh, I couldn't type. It's fine if you cannot type. Just flip, hey, I'm running late. Give me 10 more minutes. Give me 15 minutes. Listen to people when they are speaking, right? Acknowledge people's contribution even when it's small. Be courteous under pressure. If your intern or someone that's working with you that's junior does something spectacular, say it. Validate their feelings. Validate what it is that they are doing. Okay. Do not say, oh, if I tell them to get into their head and they will just, they will not do the work again. No. Another thing is let us be good stewards of resources, company money, office supplies, time, confidential information. Treat it as if it's your own. So I understand that some of us we just want the end of month salary. We don't see the value of putting in the work. If they don't push us, we will not move. Come into the academy, we'll teach you how to move. We'll teach you how to do those things because a lot of people don't move if they are not moved. It's not good. Someone is paying you for this job. Do it. They don't need to push you on everything. What you know that you don't have full clarity on, research, do something. Be valuable. Be a good steward because that salary they are paying you, it's a reward. So what is the work that you have done? Think about it. This work they are paying me, am I really doing what they said they will pay me for? Am I doing that work? Don't just use the office company computer, they use their data, use everything for your own personal work. Then when it comes to company work, just do it whatever way. That's not you being a good steward. Protect confidential information. Manage budgets responsibly. Don't inflate things that you don't do it. See, ask yourself if you've been inflating budgets. I want to ask you a question. Have you achieved all the things you want to achieve in your life? All the budget you have inflated till today, have you achieved? Have you now achieved have all your problems now be solved? It doesn't. Contentment is very important, right? So when you work in an organization and you say you belong to a religion, you are a believer, you are in other religions, everything you manage, including your job, your time, your hours, is a representation of who sent you to that workplace. So the perspective that you just want to go there and do what you want and you don't really care is you saying that the God that gave you that job that you prayed for and hoped for, that's how you're representing him. You have been entrusted with something. That office you are in is something that's been entrusted to you. Steward it well. So, and there's going to be a couple of questions I want to ask us, and I need you to answer it. You can answer it in the comment section, you can answer it in your notes, you can answer it wherever, but ask yourself these questions. Be practical. Be very real. Of course, I'm not going, if you want me to see it, it's fine. If you don't want me to see it, it's also fine. But ask yourself this question. In the last 1 month, have I represented myself and my work in a way that's completely accurate? If yes, what prompted that choice? The second question is, when was the last time you delivered excellent work that no one specifically asked you for or noticed? What motivated you to do that? Answer that question. The third question, think about the last commitment you made professionally. Did you honor it fully on time? If not, what got in the way? Answer that question to yourself. The fourth question, recall the last interaction you had with somebody that was professionally your junior. A junior staff, a service provider, a vendor, just any person that you know that on the cadre or in the workplace you are higher than them. Would you say that the way you spoke to them or your interaction with them was respectful or and appreciative? Write that out. Next question. In the past week, have you used the company resources, time, supplies, information in ways that were not fully aligned with your role? Be honest. Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself this question. Whatever answer you get, whatever answer you write out, journal it out, write it out. And the reason I'm saying you should write it out is because awareness is your first step as you begin this journey. It's important that we are aware of all of the things that we are doing. Now, I have a challenge for us. I'm trying to make sure that this video is not long today so that you can get through to the end and get all the juice. I want you to do an integrity audit for the next 2 days, right? Today, tomorrow, Monday. Track 3 things for me: the words you and your actions, all the things you said you were going to do this week. Today's Friday. All the things you said you're going to do this week. What are your plans for them next week? If you, especially if you didn't do it, track that. When you say you'll do something, follow through. Track the whatever is the thing that hindered you from doing it. Write it out. Excellence is consistency. Second thing. So note anytime you give 100%, note it today, starting today. Respect. Check your respect patterns. Who gets your best self and who gets the leftovers and why? Your best self is who gets the cheerful, fun, calm, respectful, loving side of you, and who gets the leftover, the harsh, rude, unkind side of you. You can also try to track it for the next 7 days if you like. And I want you to track because whatever you track is your data, is you, is your life. It will help you rebuild for this year. It will help you see your patterns. It will help you see what you need to change, what you need to improve. Remember, I told us to get a journal. Now that's when you use your journal. Remember that small, consistent changes creates that massive transformation over time. So this principle is something we need to practice. Remember, there's something the Bible says that I want to reference. Colossians 3:23. It says, whatever you do, walk at it with all of your heart, as if you are walking unto the Lord and not human masters. And I bring this because some of us, we think, a lot of us in some parts of the world, we've gone all kinds of fasts. January just ended. Some people are still fasting up until now. But at work, you're giving zero. But you have fasted and prayed and told God you want a promotion, you want more money, you want all these things, but your actions are not backing it. So that's why I brought this scripture. Whatever you do, work as with it with all your heart, as though you're working for the Lord your God, the one that saved you and kept you and brought you to this moment. The one you are fasting and praying to. Walk unto him and not as if you're walking to human masters. Notice that I did not say whatever you do in church. I said whatever you do in your home, in the workplace, when you are driving, or when you're in the bus, when you are moving around your commute, your spreadsheet, your client call, your project deadline, your campaigns, the difficult conversations with your colleagues, all of it, whatever you do, do it unto the Lord. Your career is part of your identity. Your career identity is a solid thing that you need to build. And so when you root it in these kinds of integrity, in worship to God that you say you believe and trust in, you will see that you are becoming a better person. So build your career wisely. So I hope today has been helpful to you. Again, please, if you know anyone who enjoyed this session, who would want to be a part of the Isaac Works Academy, please, the flyer is on the screen. Share this video with them and let them be a part of it. We're still taking in people in. It's not closed out yet. We still have people coming in. So please feel free to join. Remember that who you're becoming is more important. So it's important that your character outlasts your credentials. Very important. And let your integrity outlast, your income. Because it's all about money. That's why we still have wealthy people that are still ripping off nations. They are not satisfied. So it's not about money, it's about character. Thank you so much for your time. It has been a pleasure being here talking with you, talking you through today's session. And I hope that this has been rich and this has helped you. Please, again, call the number on the flyer. We're looking forward to hearing from you. The number to call is 080-580-28683, and we'll be happy to onboard you and keep learning with you. So thank you again and have a wonderful evening, and goodbye for now.